In triggered news, submitted by you're from Wong Fu, right?
Yeah.
A woman attacked a man on the street with her breasts after she allegedly caught him staring. That is awesome.
With her breast?
That's tight.
How do you assault someone with a deadly titty?
Pow.
Is there a video?
I have a question.
There's a video.
Ooh, let's watch the video first.
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Alright, so this video takes place in southeast Brazil.
Ooh, Brazil?
Oh, those are some big boobies.
Oh.
There was this young saleswoman who had been handing out flyers.
Oh, handing out titties.
And then finally, like, there was just this one guy that it was like the last straw, because then she ends up attacking him. And then she's gonna be yelling things. So let me just tell you now what she's yelling.
Okay.
So at one point she says she's fed up of being touched and sexually harassed while doing her job.
Touched?
Yeah, the man is pleading her to stop because she's attacking him, and then he's saying that he was just out shopping with his wife and he has done nothing wrong. And then there was other people around shouting like, this is absurd, there's no justification for this, how can you do this in front of children in the city center, you're disrespecting women with your actions. So that's what was said in the video, so let's watch it.
Dang, she snapped. Let's see it.
Assault with a deadly titty.
Deadly titty.
Oh, why is it blurred?
I guess she's wearing the logo or something.
What's
She took off her shirt, rubbed it in his face.
Oh, she got a dress.
Busted her tit. Because she's like, you're looking at this, is this what you want?
Wow.
Damn, that's awesome.
If that guy's into that kind of stuff, I could see that as having a good time as well.
Yeah, those guys that like to get their ass beat and choked out.
In front of his wife.
Okay, and that's so
Where
much.
did the titties attack him?
You didn't just see? Because, oh, well, there was that other.
Was she slapping his
She was
face?
like this and like, and like, like putting.
She helped him motorboat her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was yeah, exactly.
How did he even get him to the ground?
She pushed him.
Was he?
That's it?
He was just the last straw out of all the ones that day. He just caught the last one, man.
Yeah.
Like, that sucks because maybe he was the one that just went like this. And then it was just game over.
That was
It's like,
it.
You gotta imagine how much unwanted attention she gets for her to flip out like that.
Exactly.
And she wasn't scantily cladded either. It was like she's wearing a t-shirt.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was a dress or anything.
Yeah, I was picturing like one of those girls that are like, hey, wanna come to the club tonight? And then they're wearing like a nurse's outfit or something.
Yeah, because you know, like, even like the, you know, like the
With a
hottest
nurse's
fucking
outfit.
girls.
Like a sexy nurse, I guess.
You know, like these hot, they could be a hot girl, but if she wears one of those volunteer t-shirts, she just looks normal. You know what I mean? It's just like,
you don't get it just because you're like the hot girl. You just get it because you're a female. Like, this.
oh, people hit on you, huh?
It's not. It's nuts though.
Specifically, like,
What do I mean?
Like the Latin catcalling culture?
Yeah, like it doesn't matter if you're like stereotypically hot or not. It's just, you could just because you're a woman, like you're getting a fucking
Reek of
catcall.
pheromones.
so it's like a pretty good ego trip to be in a Latin country. Let's say if you're like a 3 here in the US.
For you maybe, but if you
And then
get it a
you go
lot,
there.
it's harassing.
Or like if you get it 0 in the US, right? And then like when you go to Mexico and someone's like, doo-doo, doo-doo.
If you've never gotten it here and you get it there, then yeah.
Doo-doo. Why is there a D sound in the beginning?
I know.
I guess so. It's an ego booster then.
I guess it's kind of like this. It's like if you've never been hit on before,
Yeah.
just go to Mexico and then get sick of it, and then you won't mind it when you come back.
Wouldn't you mind it? You'll always mind it.
No, you
Not getting hit on.
not getting hit on. That's what I'm saying. Then you'll just be like, I'm so over it now. You know what I mean?
It's uncomfortable, dude.
Of
I'm talking
course.
about the girls that want an ego boost and then they go, it's a girl's night out, let's go to the club. But you know, they really going for like compliments and like guys wanting them and then they're like,
Maybe.
I'm here with my girlfriends, get away. And then they go, "Ah, you see all those guys trying to get at us? Yeah.
I have a question. Do you feel as if this is just an open-ended question? I have no emotions or ties to this question at all. Do you feel like, let's say you, right? You're walking outside. You're like, you know what? Today, I'm gonna wear this shit where my titties are like, right? And then guys are like, hubba hubba. Like, do you feel like it's wrong of them to look?
No. I mean, I feel like it's natural. Like,
'Cause it's
obviously, if it's even I look at girls' tits sometimes because sometimes it's just like right there. You're like, oh shit. So I don't blame them. But the part when I get angry, it's when they actually like catcall.
Oh,
Like they
yes.
treat you like a sex object. And I'm just like, what the fuck, dude?
But what if they're staring? Is that the same as catcalling now?
There's a difference. Well, what's your definition of stare? Because the way I've at least gotten the stares, and I'm sure you can agree with this, it's like this very uncomfortable.
They're undressing you.
It's like on the cusp of like I'm about to pounce on you and rape you. Like
So
it's
for example,
so uncomfortable.
because like you know what David was saying is like if you wear something low cut, right, and then you don't blame anyone because guys and girls will both like look or whatever, but like let's say the guy's just looking, like how long is it a length thing or is it like how intense it is? Like what determines or what separates a look from
A stare.
yeah,
I
from
think
like a
like I
stare?
need to see that they're at least trying to be respectful. Because if they're just staring at me, like I don't give a fuck how you feel. I'm just gonna
Oh,
stare at you.
that's what that
Yeah.
is. See, it clicked in my head.
I think to get into the guy's mind, sometimes they zone out.
Oh, that
I
happened.
understand. I'll get a zone.
Have you seen a guy look at a fucking nice car drive by?
That's still okay.
Yeah, I would say that's still okay. It's the part where like I'm moving or I'm readjusting and he'll
feel like this?
still like
Yeah.
Oh, like he's trying to X-ray through your clothes and shit.
And then make noises and then like make comments and you're just like, what the?
What's the noise like? Oh, like
Yeah, shit like that.
no, they'll be like
That should be the universal cackle now.
shit.
Yeah, like they see like a juicy piece of steak and you're just like, whoa, what the fuck?
Because
Like
I was at
you just
24
fucked me
hours
multiple
and
times.
let me young.
I mentioned it before. There was a really attractive woman. Like everybody in the gym. Like I literally went to go work out and then I saw her and I went back to look at her again because I couldn't believe she existed as a human being. You know what I mean?
Women like that too.
It's like, what
happened
the-
to me too. I have to circle back around like, damn, she's really pretty.
Like, it's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And everybody stopped. Like, just, who the fuck is this? And clearly she wasn't from the States because she was dressed at the 24 hour in this very, like, skin tight, like, bathing. I was like, this is not the place for you to do this late at night. Because there are. Because we were just, like, so confused. We couldn't figure it out. I was like, who is this goddess?
Yeah, there's a difference between a just like dumbfounded stare. You're just like, oh shit, like that. Like
So what you're talking about
Okay.
is borderline rapey.
Yes, super.
He's raping you with his words and I.
Yeah, it's very uncomfortable.
I'm gonna say some dirty things and there's nothing you can
Dude,
do
and
about
you could
it.
be like this, like you could be like dressed like this, and just because they can tell you're like a female, they're just like fucking staring you down, and you're like, how?
Oh, wow.
How? Like my sister was pregnant. You guys have seen my sister. When my sister was pregnant, like she would still get that shit. I'm like, what?
And this is the people of the Mexicans.
For the most part, yeah.
See, I don't think I've hung around with a group of Mexican girls out on the streets to know what this feels like. But
I'm not saying it's just Mexicans.
Mexican
I've
to
seen-
experience.
I'm not saying it's just Mexican either.
I did walk home with one of my friends. She was of the Mexican nature, and she was developed. And this is high school. And then instead of taking the bus, we decided to walk. And on the way there was a bunch of guys, the lawnmowers in their pickup truck, and then they did the and then she's like, fucking assholes. And I was like thinking, you guys are old.
Yeah.
I saw it once.
So this whole video thing here, later on, it was discovered that this was a stunt staged by a theater crew called Confluencias Group. And they did this as an attempt to draw attention to the harassment and awkward sexual attention that women often face. They said this quote.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the group's director said, "We wanted to expose and address something that happens every day to our sisters and female friends. This was meant to challenge people's perceptions and empower women with the shock tactic of retaliation. We wanted to force men to think more responsibly about their actions and the consequences."
I want to experience like that one day, because do guys do this in front of other guys?
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
They've done it in front of my dad.
My mom had to check, like, recently, too. She was just like, hey, don't do that shit. That's my fucking daughter. Like, have respect. And I'm like, oh, Mom, thank you.
So what do
To a Hispanic man in Spanish?
A handful of them, yeah.
That's fucking tight!
what do Mexican men do? Like if let's say you're with your brother, or like you're with your dad, and you guys are walking around, and then there's a guy that right? What's the cultural normal response? Is it, hey, that's my daughter, bitch. You wanna fucking fight man to man? Or is it kind of like, I'm used to it?
From a man?
Or is it,
No,
that's
it's usually-
right, that's my daughter.
No.
That fucking bitch came from these!
No, it's more of like, I'm surprised he did it in front of your dad,
I
actually.
did it once in front of my dad. The other times, like, we'd pass by and then they wouldn't, like, they realized that he was with me and they wouldn't say anything.
So what did your dad do there?
Yeah, because it's so machismo. You usually it doesn't happen if you're in front of a dad. Yeah, I'm surprised.
Well, my dad reacted. He ended up bringing me closer, and he ends up like saying some shit to them, and then we kept walking. And it's not only Mexican guys too. Like I've had catcalls with like other races all the time. Like when I was younger and
Not the Cambodians.
I know black guys be catcalling though in front of my parents' store
Yeah,
all
it's-
the goddamn time, man.
It's mainly black guys that I've had that wasn't Mexican or Latino. Then it'd be black guys. But I mean, and I was little. I was like in school. I'm like, you guys are pedophiles, dude. Like you can clearly see I'm not even of age at all. I'm not even a teenager yet.
But I remember
What the
though, like
fuck?
I mentioned this in a video before. I've seen where it worked, and I think it's that minimal amount of success that because there was be some where the cat calling, yo, what's up, mama? What you doing? Like, where you from? Whatever, whatnot, right? And she's like, yeah, fuck you, whatever. And they walk off. And like, fuck you too, bitch. I don't give a fuck about your ass, anyways, right? But then there's that slight one where it's like, what's up, mama? Where you from? Yo, you stupid, you know? And all of a
I
sudden,
would still prefer that because I feel like there's some sort of persuasion and like
because it's not like
It's just not.
the
it's just
other
not
one
noises.
is just animalistic. Yeah,
He just treats you like a piece of meat, not even a human. You're just a piece of ass.
You're just
So they
literally
just bring out
ass.
like salt and pepper, like.
Yeah, it's so uncomfortable.
Is there a certain level of hotness that the guy can possess that would make the cat?
No, you're fucking creepy as fuck if you come up to any girl.
For real. So if Channing Tatum came out and
I
he
was
was
doing that,
like,
oh, his hot points would decrease like to the negative.
It's so beneath the woman when you do that, right? It's not a man that's like, I could have you if I want. That's hot. It's not like,
There's no confidence in that.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
You know?
It's
He's like
barbaric.
fanboying over how hot you are, and he could never get you.
it's the thirstiness that comes off.
Thirstiness.
have you ever been hugged by a guy friend that smelled you?
Yes.
Guy friend that.
And then that guy friend, he would always squeeze me tighter so he could feel my boobs.
I've had that a lot.
I'm like, god damn.
What kind of guy friends?
That's why I started hugging guy friends like this. Cause I'm like,
That's a first.
I
I
only mentioned it because I remember this dude hugged one of our homegirls from behind, and I literally heard him smell her. And she went like this, she did this. You know what I mean?
That's not even a friend. That's a rapist.
Yeah, I never had.
Because we've all been friends in that group, and this fool out of nowhere, just for some reason that day, hugged her. Hey, I was like, I don't think
That's
you're
fucking creepy.
I don't think you're supposed to do
You
that,
should
bro.
play it off, at least be like, oh, you smell nice today. Not be like,
Yeah, it was like one of the, but she did that, you know, you know what I mean? Like
Was
when
she playing hard to get?